So I am here with another video. This video is basically going to be about how to make your closure last, or tips to make your closure last longer than really they're intended to last for. So we're gonna, before I get to the steps or the tips, just a disclaimer: closures are very, very, very delicate. When I say delicate, they are very, very delicate. The hair is on the lace and it's not on a track. So when you comb it, you have to gently, pull from the root. The lace, just being too rough on your lace closure, even a silk based closure, it can really cause your closure to bald, and you don't want it to bald. You want it to last as long as you could, because closures are not cheap. Most of them range around $100 and up. If you get them on sale, you can get them for about $90 or $75. But in all real actuality, they're about $100 and up. So you want to make it last as long as you can. Closures are not meant for longevity. But you can't wear it like some people go and where their sew-ins for about 3 months before they take it out. Hey, that's fine. But you cannot, if you have a lace closure, you cannot let that lace closure sit on your hair for about 3 months. It's gonna start sliding back. You don't want it to do that. You want to be very, very gentle with it. You want to get your money's worth. So I'm just going to give you guys some tips on how you can make your closure last longer than a month or so, and so that you can keep using that same closure to reinstall, and get your money's worth. So we're going to go ahead and get back into the first tip, y'all. So my first tip is excuse me. First tip is, do not scratch your closure. When I say do not scratch it, do not scratch it. Like, I know it gets really, really tempting to scratch your closure, because sometimes, I don't know if it's just like the lace that bothers the scalp, or the braids that just makes you want to itch. Do not itch it. My best advice for you is, if your head starts to itch, your scalp starts to itch, the part where the closure is, go ahead and get this bad boy right here, a rat tail comb, and you can always just stick it up under there like that, and just go ahead and wherever part itches, go ahead and scratch it that way. Because when you scratch the the closure, when you scratch the closure, the hair, the way that the closure is, that the hair is like knotted into the lace to make it stay on, obviously. And when you're scratching it, it's like you're kind of taking a loose the knot, which will make your closure bald very fast and very quickly, and you don't want that. All right, so the second tip for how to make your closure last a little bit longer is to take care of your closure like it is a newborn baby. Like, be very gentle when you're combing your closure. Like, when you're combing your hair out, you want to start from the end of the hair, and work your way to the top. But once you do get to that top, you I would advise you to hold your hand right here and to just comb it that way. So from the tips to the root, when you get to the root, just be very gentle with it, because again, we don't want to pull any of the hair out of the closure, and you don't want it to bald. Also, for my girls out there who have bands on their closure, I have a band on my closure as well. What I would strongly advise you to do is, if you sew the band on, if you have a stylist, ask how they sew the band on. Just because if you sew the band under the closure, it's gonna make the band kind of like tighten up. When I say tighten up, it's kind of like bunch up. That's the word. It's gonna kind of bunch up, and it's gonna lose, like, it's gonna be kind of be knotted. And once that band knots up, once she sews the band on, it's gonna be like a knot, and that knot is gonna be putting pressure on your head. And with that being said, it's going to be very irritating. I'm going to post some pictures, because when I first sewed my band on, I made that mistake, and I'm going to post some pictures so you guys can see. But if you guys can see, like right here, it was like very red, and there was a sore right there, and it was sore for about 3-4 days. So you definitely don't want that to happen. Now, for this tip is for all my girls who do not like to wrap their hair at night. I definitely understand, but because believe me, I do not wrap my hair every night. I definitely do try, even though it usually only takes about 10 seconds. So I don't know why I'm so lazy to not doing it. But with the closure, I highly suggest you try to wrap your hair every night. And even if it's just putting the scarf, just tying it around the front and leaving the rest of the hair, however it is you want to do, go ahead and do that. But you want to make sure you're trying to at least try your best to wrap that closure every night. Wrap your hair every night. You know, specifically the actual closure. Reason being is, you know, I don't know, I'll be all over my bed. So, for anyone who doesn't have like silk or satin pillowcases, you know, if you have like regular cotton ones or whatever, you don't want anything disturbing the hair on the lace. And you know, when you're sleeping, that could cause whatever is on your bed, your pillows, your sheets, your cover, your mattress, like you don't want any extra disturbance to your hair. So I would highly suggest that you wrap your hair every single night. You will thank me later. You want that closure to last, so you're gonna go ahead and wrap your hair every night, all right? Also, what you want to do is, everyone knows if you have a weave, you want to at least wash and condition your hair once a week, at least once a week, at the minimum, at least once a week, y'all. So, when you're washing your closure, just to put some shampoo on this hair part, you know, but you know, when you're putting shampoo on your hair, you don't want to tug the hair that's on the closure. You don't want to tug. You just want to put some, lather some in your hair. And I just put some, just, you know, on the actual hair part. I try to avoid the closure as much as I can while it's in my head. Right now, pretty much, I think that's all. That's pretty much all, like, in my video today. So again, this is just tips to make your closure last longer than what it's supposed to. You want to get your money's worth, and I hope this was pretty helpful for any first time closure users, people who haven't had a closure yet and they're still, you know, debating on if they should get one or not. Me, like, I highly suggest a closure. Like, I would never ever go back to having to leave out. Like, I just really be sitting here thinking like, how did you not get onto the closure wave a long time ago? Like, you were just continually frying your leave out and you could have been protecting it, you know? But yeah, so those are pretty much my tips on how you're gonna get that closure. Yes, I hope this was informative for you guys. Make sure you guys subscribe, connect with me. I have a Snapchat, Instagram. I do not have a Twitter. I do have a Facebook. But yeah, so connect with me. Follow me on Instagram. Add me on Snapchat. You know, if you guys have any ideas, any DIYs, or any hair videos you guys would like to see, just hit me up, you know. Let's go ahead and get this rolling.